I think he's got possible pneumonia. I don't know. He doesn't look good.
You're kidding me?
He's lost weight. He's only 30 pounds now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You remember Stevie?
Oh,
yeah, Stevie was great until. But I think I thought at first he had the flu too, but it was some sort of rat disease that can easily jump into people.
Well, and then he laid down on the tracks to get it over with. And it was
Ben's
sad.
okay though, right?
I remember
Ben's fine. Ben's
I
fine.
remember
He's doing well. Got a new job.
I remember
He's always running here and there.
Yeah, I remember the first time that I realized I had lived in the city too long, and that is when a friend of mine and I were going to work, and we were on the subway, and we were waiting on the platform, and we were both just talking, and just talking about the day and what's coming up and what we have to do and everything, and one of us, I don't remember which one of us said, he got it, and we realized that both of us during our conversation, without saying anything, just it was normal. We were watching two gigantic rats fighting over, like, it was like a candy bar or something that had fallen down on the tracks, and they were fighting over this scrap of paper and food on the subway tracks, and neither of us, we were just like, oh yeah, we're just watching the rats. I looked at each other, I said, dear God, man, we have lived in this town too long, and that was 5 years ago.
Oh.
That was 5 years ago.
I'll never forget sitting on the subway and it comes to a stop, and sometimes it stops and the doors remain open so people can still get on and off while you're delayed. And outside of the door was a giant pile of trash, like trash bags. And it was like, when you're like going to take a bunch of trash out, but it's not, ready to be pulled to the, to the corner or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was like, and it was just a ton of them. And as we were sitting there, we were sitting there for about 30 seconds until I started realizing that all the bags were moving. And
I took
the
garbage out at my daughter's house at her apartment. I took the garbage out at my daughter's apartment. This is about a month ago, and I'm with now her fiance, and take the garbage out. And he said, "This is a spooky garden. There were two girls out there." And he said, "This is a spooky garbage place." And I said, "Why is that?" He said, just drop the bags and back away slowly. He said, don't kick anything. And I said, why? He said, there's rats everywhere. Oh man, it's just... Oh, I'm going to miss this town. Oh, yeah. I am going to miss this town.
This message brought to you by the New York Board of Tourism.
I like when you're just walking down a normal street and all of a sudden that garbage, that 5-day-old garbage smell will just hit you right in the... mingled with the vendor food from... like 18 different vendor locations.
Have you noticed all of the how loud the Arabic music is becoming at the vendors?
Yeah.
It's like they're all like, you know what? This is such horrible music. Let's just crank it up and piss everybody off.
There's been a lot of things that the Middle East has not nailed.
And music
is
not
one of them. Yeah, that's
there's the other before we get off the garbage and our ode to New York. My favorite is last Christmas during the snowstorm. The guy that jumped out of his window to kill himself 9 stories.
It was saved by garbage.
Garbage. He jumped 9 stories to his supposed death, and he bounced off the garbage bags and walked away. It's like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
It's so great.
Welcome to New York. Okay, so gosh, we're gonna miss it, and especially the New Yorkers.